Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collegeville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collegeville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chief and crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh sophomores,
High school, champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collegeville High School. Glad to have you along tonight as we get you ready for a little Lady Kahok volleyball action as your Collegeville Kahawks get ready to take on the O'Fallon Lady Panthers. I am Todd Duke, and welcome once again, and welcome into the pregame show brought to you tonight by Cafe Agape in Collegeville, home of the Kahok Chicken Sandwich. Cafe Agape been doing their thing since 2012, offering catering, some of the best homemade food in the area. Catering is a big key right now because they are running short-staffed on their actual restaurant location. So right now they're concentrating on catering. And if you have a gathering coming up, big or small, how about a small business gathering? Maybe about 10 to 12 people. How about a bunch of Kahok chicken sandwiches for that gathering? That sounds good. I would go to that meeting. I know a lot of folks blow off meetings, but if you have some good food, they'll make it a point to be there. So give Cafe Agape a call if you have that small business meeting or if you have a larger function, such as a wedding reception. I know that sports in the fall are getting ready to end, and folks will be talking about those award ceremonies coming up where they hand out all the awards to the kids in their specific sports. Those are always big gatherings. So give Cafe Agape a call today if you have one of those three things coming up. 345 Cafe, that is 618-345-2233. All right, Collinsville comes into their last home game of the year with a 6-23 record. They are 1-9 in conference play. As O'Fallon comes in, their usual hot self, 27-6 on the year. They are 9-1 in Southwestern Conference play, and they are coached by Melissa Massey, who is in her 11th year. She picked up win number 300 on Friday when they beat Redbud, and now Miss Massey has 302 wins in her career and 83 losses. Katie Cease is in her second year at the helm here at Collinsville, and she has a 15-49 overall record. Lady Kahawks picked up their second win in a row last night for back-to-back wins for the first time this year and have now won 4 of their last 7 matches. Coming into tonight's regular season home finale, Collinsville with back-to-back wins in Alton. Both of those were in Alton. Thursday's win at Alton High School against the Redbirds. The Lady Kahawks took care of the Lady Explorers of Alton Marquette High School last night in straight sets, 25-22 and 25-21. O'Fallon having another typical O'Fallon year. Panthers have not had a losing season since a 14-18 finish all the way back in 2006. Only one time since then, not counting the pandemic year of 2020-2021. O'Fallon has won less than 20 matches in a season, and that was 19-16, Mark, so not too bad there in 2010. This season, no exception with that 27-6 mark. O'Fallon had a 5-game win streak snapped last night with a rare home loss versus Breeze Central, who came into that contest at 25-7 as well. Lady Cougars took it in straight sets at 25-14 in both sets. O'Fallon, they had won 16 of their last 17 before last night's loss. And the other loss, by the way, was to the other team from Clinton County and the other team from Breeze, and that would be Mater Dei, and that was in 3 sets. So here we are tonight, Collinsville taking on O'Fallon, and I had a chance to sit down just a little while ago with Collinsville head coach Katie Cease, talk to her about these O'Fallon Panthers and about her last couple of matches in the fine city of Alton. We'll pass that conversation on to you next as the Cafe Agape pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahawk sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville.
Hello, everybody. This is Mike Ogle with Ogle Auctions, and we hope you are enjoying tonight's game. And go Kahawks! Hey, check us out. Every Sunday night, we have an online auction at www.ogleauctions.com. Everything from grandma's china to grandma's motorcycle helmet. It's all here at Ogle Auctions every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Check us out, and we will see you soon.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape. Check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
And we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape pregame show here on the Kahawk Sports Network as we are back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Been a while since we've been here. We've been on the road a lot. We're getting ready for a little volleyball action, Southwestern Conference style, between your Collinsville Lady Kahawks and the Lady Panthers of O'Fallon High School. Joining us now, Katie Cease, the head coach for your Collinsville Kahawks. Winners at Alton High School last week in the game that we did over the Lady Redbirds. All-around team effort in that game. We're starting there because that's the one that's freshest in my memory. Aubrey Johnson, 8 kills and 3 aces. Reese Kindle had 4 aces. You had 13 aces in that match. So things all around the whole night kind of went well for your team.
Yeah, it really did. You know, our energy was there. It was their senior night, which is always a tough situation to go into. You know, warm-ups aren't the same, and energy level from the other team is usually a little bit higher. But, you know, we showed up to play, and our serving definitely was a key factor in our success in that game. So, yeah, very proud of the girls for that.
You mentioned in the pregame interview during that one that you'd like to upset them on senior night because you just got upset the night before on senior night. So put a smile on your face, didn't it?
Yeah, you know, you never want to cause another child pain in that way, but the girls are very excited for that. We took one last night, too. It was Alton Marquette's senior night as well. So I guess that's our new thing.
Can't have senior night every night now. No. All right, so, yeah, you mentioned last night's game. Tell us about that win.
Yeah, last night was a big win for us. Marquette's it's a great program. They've got a really great middle out of number 23. Their gym was also packed. Their student section was huge. So that was a great mental win for us as well, to win in 2. I don't think we ever really lost the lead, maybe 1 point here or there, but that was a big mental victory for us. You know, we stayed in the whole time and allowed aggressive gym setting, which is not always our best strong suit. So for us to overcome that and come out there with 2-0 against them was great. So,
all right. So winners of 2 in a row, 3 of your last 4, 4 of your last 7. Are you kind of getting hot at the right time here?
Yeah, I think so. You know, things are starting to click for us right at the right time. You know, we have a really tough match tonight against a really good O'Fallon team. They're one of the better teams from O'Fallon I've seen in a while. So this will be a tough, good test for us here as our last game at home. And then we get to play East and East back to back. So hopefully we are putting things together in the right spot. You know, our serve and pass game is where I really am focusing on right now. And so hopefully we can win that tonight and take that into next week and Thursday as well.
You picked up 4 wins of last year's 9-win season. During that October stretch run. Seems to me that you guys you have a kind of a tendency of here getting hot late.
Yeah. And last year we had some weird illnesses and injuries happen in September, and this year we did as well. You know, a stretch where 3 of my starters were out. So getting that to click again and getting the mojo back together and our team morale and all that clicking now is the best. It's the time that you want it to happen. So.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so you're meeting O'Fallon tonight. You guys are coming back happy because you had a big win last night. They're coming in angry because they lost to Bree Central last night. So tell me, how do you use that to your advantage to try to beat this Panther team?
Yeah, you know, we are ready to play. Every night we step out on the court, we have our goals in mind, and regardless of what the other team's looking to do, we are there to play our best game in our situation. So hopefully we can, still go off of that, their down morale, and hopefully get us a win tonight. So
Is it tough to play an angry team?
Yeah, probably. I would say so. Sometimes in volleyball, it's a little different. It's a game of seconds, milliseconds. So frustration and aggravation does not usually fare well unless you can use that harness, I guess, for a stronger attack. But usually in volleyball, that anger and that frustration can lead to worse things, because you one misstep and the ball is not going the direction that you want it to. So, yeah, usually I like to keep the girls with calm morale and not get too flustered, is how I like to put it. But
All right, so this is my last game in the regular season for you girls tonight because I'm not doing the Thursday game. So what do you want to see as the Lady Cahoks head coach in these next 2 games before you head to that playoff game next week?
yeah, so like I said before, I'm always looking for that serve and pass game. Winning on serve receive is huge for us, so that we can keep the ball, in system, and also getting them out of system, out of serve receive. So that means that we want to serve aggressive towards them. That was one thing that we've been really working on in practice to get them out of rotation or out of system, so that they aren't just killing it down in our faces. So that's one goal for us tonight. And as always, our 3 things that I'm always looking for in our timeouts, we check in with it. Before the game, we check in with it, is our communication, going for every ball, and working for the 6, not the 1. So hopefully we can achieve that tonight.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That is Katie Seashore, your Collinsville Lady Kahok volleyball head coach. We'll take a break here on the Cafe Agape pregame show. When we come back, we'll throw all the starters your way and more if we have time. All that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape. Check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future. To create your inheritance. To build your vision. To anticipate the known and unknown. And to find potential in both. And build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pit master. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces that support our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop by and see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time World Championship Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com. Are you looking to update the appeal of your home's interior? Look no further than Hayden Interiors, LLC. Hayden Interiors, LLC is owned and operated by former Kahok graduate Nick Hayden. Hayden Interiors, LLC will help you get that new look that you want for your home. Flooring, baseboards, doorways, as well as interior renovations or interior additions, kitchen, living room, bedroom, hallways, basements, stairways. Let Hayden Interior LLC help you find the look that you want. Call Nick Hayden today at Hayden Interiors LLC, 618-772-6790 for your free estimate. Hayden Interiors LLC, on budget, on time, every time. That's Hayden Interiors LLC. Call Nick at 618-772-6790. Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is the new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmers markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And just off of the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream, gelato, house-made recipes, and premium source products. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, only in Collinsville, Illinois. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks! Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud sponsor of your Collinsville Kahawks on the Kahawk Sports Network. For all of your investment needs, see Jason Regg at his Edward Jones office at 1008 Vandalia Street in Collinsville, or call Jason at 618-344-0252 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. I am Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us here tonight as we get you ready here for this game between Collinsville and O'Fallon. Here are your starters for the O'Fallon Panthers. You will find on the floor their libero, senior Peyton Ham. Adeline Smith is a middle blocker. She is also a senior. The other middle blocker is a sophomore, and that is Gabrielle Belling. Annalie McWhorter is a outside hitter and a senior. Alyssa Frederking is a setter and a senior. Your right side hitter is Mackenzie Stacker. She's a senior. And Mackenzie Hampton is your other outside hitter, and she is a junior. For your Collinsville Kahawks, your setter is Addie Johnson, the senior. Your libero is another senior in Reese Kindle. Your outside hitters, Megan Summer and Aubrey Johnson. Summer a junior, Summer a junior and Johnson a sophomore. Carson Mote is another sophomore. She's a middle blocker, as is fellow sophomore Talisha Gilmore. And then you have your right side hitter in senior Jenna Scheller. And your defensive specialist tonight is Maya Parker, and she is a sophomore. So there are your starters for you tonight. Category-wise, some of the leaders are Aubrey Johnson for Collinsville in the serves category, 177 serves on the year, only 6 errors, 96.6% in that department. Jenna Scheller leads the team in kills with 127. Talisha Gilmore leads Collinsville in blocks with 43. And Aubrey Johnson leads the team in digs with 139. Annalie McWhorter leads her O'Fallon Panthers in serves, 281 serves on the year, 13 errors. That's good for 95.3%. She also is the leader
in kills with 241. Adeline Smith leads the team in blocks for the Panthers with 33. And Peyton Ham leads the team in digs with 302 on the season. Collinsville on the left side of your screen. Both teams are wearing white jerseys tonight, so that angle, everybody looks like they're playing for the same team. Collinsville has on purple shorts, and O'Fallon has on the dark midnight blue shorts. And our libero is wearing all purple, while their libero is wearing all blue. A little bit of gold trim down the side, and the number in gold on the libero, Peyton Ham's uniform. For Collinsville, Reese Kendall is the libero. She has on the purple jersey. The word Kahok's written on the front in white, and her number 3 on the front and the back are in white. Here is Alyssa Frederking. Frederking on the year, 345 serves, 29 errors, good for 91.6%. And we are underway. There is set up for Scheller. Down the line it goes, but that is out of bounds, so Collinsville starts trailing 1-0. We are back on the huddle camera. Everything seems to be working all right, so we know we're going to be using that camera a lot during basketball season, and since this is our last time in the gym until basketball season, we figured we'd go ahead and give it a try and see if things have kind of worked themselves out since the last time we used it. Here's O'Fallon. They get the ball over, and that's partially blocked by Scheller, and then she almost gets her head taken off in the same process. And Collinsville finds themselves trailing 2-0. JV team and the freshman team both lost in straight sets here earlier tonight, 25-11 and 25-10. JV lost on this floor, and in the auxiliary gym, the freshmen lost 25-5 and 25-12. That ball is out of bounds, and that was tipped, they say. So landed out of bounds, but it was tipped that way off of a Collinsville hand. So 3-0 in favor of O'Fallon. All 3 levels have 6 wins on the year. Lady Kahok's varsity team comes in at 6-23. JV is now 6-16-4 on the year, and the freshmen are now 6-14-1 on the year. O'Fallon, they get it over, and Collinsville saves it and gets it back over off a Talisha Gilmore knockover, and then that one down the line and off of another body part of one of the Lady Kahoks up front, and quickly hits 4-0 in favor of O'Fallon. Collinsville has had a rough go at it against O'Fallon over the last few years. Here's a knuckleball that's taken care of by Megan Summer. It tips off the side of the net, and that one is out of bounds. It hit the net, rolled, and then went out of bounds, and that's a 5th point now for O'Fallon. And all the meanwhile, Alyssa Frederking is back there serving it up. Here comes another from Alyssa. Into the back line for Johnson. Addie moves it back over. Aubrey gets it over. Down the line it goes. Picked up over there by Frederking. Now a setup over here for Stacker. Stacker sends the ball too far, and Collinsville will pick up their first point. Lady Kahawks, well, O'Fallon is 26-11 against Collinsville since 1999. The last Collinsville win was in 2011 against O'Fallon. Frederking sends it over to the near side. Nice save over there on a dig by Reese Kendall, and then it's just pushed over by Addie Johnson. And again, over here to this side for McWhorter, and that is another blocked ball that goes out of bounds off of Collinsville, so 6-1 in favor of O'Fallon, as McWhorter will now go back to serve. And remember, she leads her team in that category. Hampton goes to the bench, and Kendall Kingdon comes in to take her place. Here is Kendall on our side over to Scheller, and that one is a nice place to put the ball. Addie Johnson set up Jenna Scheller just fine, and she placed the ball perfectly at 6-2 in favor of O'Fallon, as Reese Kendall will go back to serve. Kendall on the serves this year is 13 errors and 121 tries. There's the ball sent across, picked up in the back by Summer, and now Scheller will have to get it over. She does so, and it's picked up there by Frederking. Moved over this way now for Kingdon, across the way, but too far. Out of bounds, and Collinsville has cut the lead in half. 6-3. O'Fallon has the lead. Kendall back to serve once again. 14 aces on the year for Reese. She got a big one in that win over Alton. on the last serve of the game, and that one's going to head into the crowd. 7-3 now in favor of O'Fallon. Keegan Umali will check into the game. She'll take the place of Adeline Smith, and Umali will go back to serve. She does so into the net. Collinsville gets a free one. 7-4 in favor, 7-3 in favor of the Panthers. Here comes Maya Parker in to serve. Maya on the year doing a pretty good job in a limited role. 90 serves, 8 errors, 91.1% so far. And she has 10 aces in that limited time. And that was almost one as that ball almost hit the ground on the serve itself. Into the back, Summer sends it up front. Now over to Aubrey Johnson. That's off of a partial block, and it finds a way into the back line and goes down before it hits the out-of-bounds marker. So Collinsville has climbed back to within 2. And here is the sophomore Maya Parker with another serve. She gets it over. It is picked up by O'Fallon, and then they kill it over into that far corner and restake themselves out to a 3-point lead, 8-5 in favor of O'Fallon. Here is Morgan Overby. Overby, 90% on her serves on the year. She has 27 errors and 272 serves. Here's 273. That one's popped up, and it goes off of the basketball netting up top, but Collinsville stays with it and gets it over. Picked up in the back, moved up front. Kill shot applied there by Stacker, and now Collinsville will try one of their own off of Aubrey Johnson's hands, but that one doesn't quite do it, and Collinsville stays with it again. Addie Johnson back over to Aubrey, into the back. A nice one-handed save by Peyton Ham. Over to this side, partial block off of a kill shot by Kingdon. And it finds the ground, and it's another point for O'Fallon, 9-5. Lady Panthers have the lead. Overby, 32 aces on the year. Sends one over. Kendall pops it up in the air, and it's pushed over on the second try by young Miss Johnson. Oh, what a kill shot that one was by Stacker. She went up and got that one and threw it right down into a spot that just happened to be void of a body. 10-5. O'Fallon with the lead as Lily Georgina will come in to serve. Lily on the year, 93.6% in the service category. Another small sample size, 95 serves and 6 errors. But it belongs to O'Fallon still, and Aubrey up to Addie, and now a double hit by Addie Johnson, says the referee in the ladder. Up on the tower, 11-5. O'Fallon extends their lead. Collinsville just got back to within 2. Now they're down by 6. Pop shot straight up into the air. Here is Addie Johnson setting it up for Aubrey, and that one finds an open spot on the far sideline. Diving effort there by Overby, but Collinsville gets one of those back, 11-6. Here is Aubrey Johnson. Leads the team with 17 aces on the year. And the serve sent to the back line. Picked up over there by Overby. Moved up front. Now over here to the side for Kingdon, and that's off of a body part belonging to Megan Summer. And down it goes, and once again, Collinsville trailing by half of the total points on the board by O'Fallon. 12-6, and a serve coming up here by Mackenzie Hampton, the outside hitter. Into the middle, Reese Kendall picks it up. Addie Johnson sends it over. A little bit of a surprise there. That caught O'Fallon off guard. They thought Johnson was going to send it over to the far sideline for a setup, but she decided to take the empty spot. And it's 12-7. Collinsville back to within 5 as Carson Mode will go back to serve. Talisha Gilmore into the game for the first time. Down the line it goes, and it's picked up by McWhorter. Right back to her, and then she exploits that wide open spot right in the middle of the floor. There was enough room there for a swimming pool. 13-7. O'Fallon extends their lead. Peyton Ham, the libero for O'Fallon, back to serve. Popped into the back and way too far over the head of Alyssa Huckleberry into the game now. Scheller will come in and take the place of Georgina. And it'll be time for Addie Johnson to come back to serve. Addie with 11 aces on the year. 92.6% on her serves. A behind the back and nice save job back here by Addie Johnson as Gilmore couldn't complete the block. Collinsville gets it over. O'Fallon moves it up front over here once again to McWhirter. Nice block by the Kahawks. Way to keep it up there by Addie Johnson. Off of a couple of hands on a Scheller. Scheller was just trying to get it over because it was the third try, and she needed to just get it over, and that's all she wanted to do. And it ends up ricocheting off of the hands of two different players. And Collinsville gets back to within 4. Here's Addie Johnson once again. Addie sends it over. Up it goes for Oberby. Oh, there was a partial block up front, and that ball didn't go very far afterwards after it touched Gilmore, and it just kind of went straight down. 14-9, O'Fallon has the lead. Alyssa Frederking back to serve. Frederking sends a knuckler over, picked up by Summer. Addie Johnson setting it up for Gilmore. Gilmore hits it too hard. (15-9). O'Fallon in the lead. Frederking with another serve coming up. Pop to the sideline, stays up front. Didn't get very far over that net. Here's Huckleberry over to Jenna Scheller. That one almost worked again. Jenna's kind of fooling him on these little just one-arm shove-over shots. She'll get another chance from the near sideline off of a partial block. Picked up into the back by Ham. Moved over now, and another solid shot by McWhirter. And it's now 16-9 in favor of O'Fallon. These two teams saw a lot of each other in the playoffs from 2012 to 2019. They met 6 times, and O'Fallon took all of those. Timeout on the floor. We will step aside as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
In Collinsville, call Scott Allen at 618-346-1500. Back here at Collinsville High School, Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium is where we are. Finish up our little history lesson here. Last time Collinsville won, as I mentioned earlier, that was in 2011. That was a 3-set win, by the way. And then that playoff meeting, man, from 2012 to 2019, met 6 times. O'Fallon took all of them. 2 times in the regional semifinal and 4 times in the regional championship game. The last playoff win for Collinsville over O'Fallon was back in 2006. They did it again also in 2002. So that's 2 of the 8 times since 1999 that these two teams have met in the playoffs. And there's a block by O'Fallon, and that'll cost Collinsville another point, and it's 17-9 in favor of the Lady Panthers. Lady Panthers, though, man, they always seem to have to deal with Edwardsville capturing that Southwestern Conference. No different this year. Each team only has 1 loss, but Edwardsville's 10-1 with 1 more Southwestern Conference game left. O'Fallon is 9-1, and they have 2 more. This one here tonight, and the finale versus Alton. And so Edwardsville has already wrapped up the Southwestern Conference title. Once again, O'Fallon finishes in second. There's a kill shot by Gilmore, and that one goes off of the hand of Hampton, and there was anybody was going to catch up to that one once it left. That was a wicked kill shot there by Gilmore. Here is a serve by Megan Summer into the back, picked up by Ham. Moved up front, and there's a big deal shot there by Adeline Smith. She was just, looked like she was up in the air just kind of waiting for that one to get to her before she hit it down, and boy, did she. 18-11. Collinsville trails by 7. McWhorter back to serve. Popped up. Megan Summer takes care of it. Addie Johnson pushes it over to Sister Aubrey, and that's out of bounds. 19-11. Yeah, there was a, save there. Scheller gets it over. It's picked up by McWhorter. Now moved over here to Kingdon, and Collinsville will get a point out of that one. 19-12. Kahok's trail by 7, but it's getting late in this first set as Reese Kendall will come in to serve. Carson Mode also off the bench. She'll go up to the front of the net. Talisha Gilmore to the bench. And Kendall sends it over on a line drive. Popped up by Ham, way back behind and out of bounds. Nice save there by Kingdon. And then it's pushed over by Frederking. Here's a setup for Scheller by Johnson. Oh, another one right between the arms of Kingdon. And it finds the empty spot. Scheller has 3 kills here tonight. Right now, she seems to be the go-to there. Here is Reese Kendall, 19-13. O'Fallon with the lead. That's a nice low shot there that barely clears the net. I like those. Here's a shot. That one's saved, but there's no way that Kendall's going to be able to get there. She almost slides right underneath her bench. 20-13. O'Fallon, the first ones to that 20-point plateau. And back to serve is Adeline Smith now for O'Fallon. Into the back, and that's in. That landed on the free throw line on the basketball stripes. The line behind that is the out-of-bounds line. And now Katie Cease wants another timeout for her and her team, so we'll step aside here for just a moment as well, and we're back after this timeout on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune.
Todd Duke back with you from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. 21-13. O'Fallon has the lead, looking to close out this first set. Collinsville has some work to do if they want to keep that from happening. As the Kahawks are down by 8. Collinsville got back to within 2 when it was 9-7. As we are back underway, a setup for Scheller, and again, that's off a partial block, but this one does not hit the ground. Over here to Kingdon. That's a nice block up front by Scheller and Carson Mode. And it ends up being a point for O'Fallon anyway. Smith will get another serve. There it goes. Knuckleball. Kendall picks it up. Addie Johnson over to Aubrey Johnson on the far side. That's off of a block. No, it's not. That's just plain old out of bounds, and a 10-point lead belongs to the O'Fallon Lady Panthers as Smith gets ready for another serve. Picked up by Megan Summer. Addie Johnson sends it over, and no one could get to it. That fooled everybody. It's the second time she's done that. 23-14. There's Maya Parker coming in to serve. Boy, if we can get Maya on a good 7-point service roll here, we could catch back up almost. Parker sends one low. Picked up into the back by McWhorter. Sent over. Here is Kendall to Aubrey Johnson. Partial block up front, and O'Fallon keeps it alive. One more time, and sending it over is Stacker. Collinsville Johnson sets it up. That's good too. Second one in a row for her. 23-15. Parker with another serve here for Collinsville. Another one picked up by McWhorter. Now over here to the side for Kingdon. Off of a partial block, it stays low. Trying to get it over the net was Reese Kendall. She couldn't do it. And O'Fallon 1 point away from wrapping up this first set victory. That was some effort there, but once that ball is that low off of the ground, man, it's hard to get underneath it and get any kind of air under it. And it happened not once, but twice. Then on the third hit, you did get it up in the air, but that was the final time you could. Here is Overby with a serve. Nice low serve, and Kendall picks it up. And that one is going to be way too hard, and the first game of this night belongs to O'Fallon, 25-15. Timeout on the floor. We will take a timeout as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346 or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Once again, welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. Todd Duke is my name. Glad that you're with us. We are about ready to get underway here in set number 2. Matter of fact, we are underway. Addie Johnson serves it, picked up into the middle, and O'Fallon will get it over by McWhorter. And now Addie Johnson sets it up for Talisha Gilmore. Partially blocked, and it is blocked. Double team block up front by Smith and Frederking. And now Frederking will go back to serve, and O'Fallon has themselves another 1-0 lead, and they have never trailed in this match thus far. Led the entire way in that first set. And that one's low, picked up by Kendall, and it goes straight sideways, and Mayor John Miller will take care of it and give it back to Megan Summer. Nice to see the Collinsville mayor here tonight. Came up and talked to me for a little while before the game. Everybody's still buzzing about that finish to that football game Friday night. Rightfully so. That was amazing. Here is Johnson over to Scheller. Scheller gets it blocked, and then it goes straight back here. And it's 3-0 real quick. Oh, Fallon with the lead. King back to serve up another. Knuckleball. Summer picks it up. Johnson sets it back up for Megan. Megan in between, a block by Smith and McWhirter. And Collinsville gets their first point of this second set. And Megan Summer will go back to serve. On the back line, and a mishit, little miscommunication there by the libero Ham and Mackenzie Hampton. And it banks off of both of them, and down to the floor it goes. That's a point. Collinsville down by 1. Another serve by Summer, and that one almost an ace. That one goes over on the dig. Collinsville sends it over. Addie Johnson almost pulled off another play. Into the back it goes. Summer picks it up. It goes over after it hits her. And a kill try, and then a dig try by Kendall, but she could only get one hand on it, and then it went straight into the scorer's table. So 4-2 in favor of O'Fallon, with Annalee McWhirter back to serve. On the way, and moved up front, but it goes under the net. That one kind of hit off of Aubrey Johnson. Went the wrong way. McWhirter delivers another one. This one is handled better by Aubrey and sent backwards by her sister to Scheller, and down on the ground it goes for a point for Collinsville. 5-3 in favor of O'Fallon. I ran into the Johnson girls at the Aries Winery Skylift on Saturday. I was out there with the family, and I was standing in line waiting for my car to come down, and the closer the open seat started coming toward me, I'm like, those look like Lady Kahok volleyball players. And they got down to the very bottom, I'm like, oh, it is Lady Kahok volleyball players. And then Addie saw me and waved, and it was kind of cool. We meant to ask her here earlier if she did the Alpine coaster thing. The grandkids did. They loved it. Here is Jenna Scheller. Down the line it goes, and popped up into the air by Tessa Posey. And a nice save there by Scheller, but no one could help her out on the other end as Kendall was trying to chase that ball down. 7-3 in favor of O'Fallon. Back to serve is Tessa Posey. Yankees have moved on to the American League Championship Series. There's a nice piece of work by Aubrey Johnson over on the far side. She saw that sideline was empty and just used her fingertips to get that ball over the net. Collinsville is back to within 3. Jenna Scheller will come out. Maya Parker will come in, and Parker will go back to serve. 5-1, Yankees beat Cleveland, so Yankees are into the American League Championship Series. There's a nice serve, but picked up by O'Fallon, and then Stacker just slams it down to the ground. Or excuse me, that's Belling. And it's 8-4. Collinsville doesn't need to get down any more than that, so they'll have a hard time coming back from it. That one's out of bounds. And Collinsville will get a free point. So the Yankees and the Astros in the American League Championship Series. And who would have thunk it? The Phillies and the Padres in the National League Championship Series. Down the near line it goes. That was a very well-placed ball, but there is Kingdon, who got it right back after a setup by her teammate, and she kills it for a 9-5 lead for O'Fallon. Mackenzie Hampton back to serve for O'Fallon. Knuckleball picked up by Johnson, and Addy sets it up for Carson Mode. That's off of a block and out of bounds. And Collinsville is back to within 3, 9-6. Gilmore will come in for Kendall. Carson Mode to serve. Right down the middle it goes. Ham picks it up. Move back behind, and Belling with another kill shot. Maya Parker gets to it, but Carson Mode, despite the effort, had to come all the way back almost to my location here and try to pick that one up, but she couldn't. And Collinsville down by 4. It's 10-6. Here is Peyton Ham, the libero, for O'Fallon back to serve. Ham's ready. Here it comes. Picked up by Huckleberry, and Johnson sets it up for Gilmore, but Gilmore hits it too far. O'Fallon, they will be waiting in the wings 1 week from tonight when Belleville East and Collinsville hook up in the Belleville East Regional Semifinal game. O'Fallon automatically making it to the championship game without even playing anyone because they have the number 1 seed. Over to the side, and Megan Summers sends it across. Picked up there by McWhorter, sent out by O'Fallon now, and Collinsville keeps it alive. Georgina will give it up for Addie Johnson. Backwards, Addie will send it over. She had to on that third and final try. And a kill by McWhorter. And again, this is where we were at the last set, 6-12. Collinsville trailing by 6. And another serve coming up here for Peyton Ham. So Collinsville gets to play at Belleville East on Thursday in the regular season finale. And then they get to play Belleville East again in the first round of the playoffs. Funny how that works out sometimes. That one's out of bounds just barely. And it's 13-6 in favor of O'Fallon. So the Panthers, they wait, and they'll wait for the winner, and they'll play that winner Thursday at 6 p.m. That's 1 week from this Thursday. Timeout on the floor. We will step aside for a moment as well, and we are back after this timeout on the Kahok Sports Network.
The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org.
Back here at Collinsville High School, my name is Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us. This is our final volleyball game of the regular season, and it may be our last volleyball game of the year, because if the boys soccer team does what I think the boys soccer team is going to do and capable of doing, they might win a regional championship Saturday, and if they do, they'll be playing in a sectional semifinal the same night that the Lady Kahawks hook up with Belleville East in that regional semifinal at Belleville East. Another point there for O'Fallon, 14-6. Of course, we hope that's the case. I mean, I hate to miss a Lady Kahawk volleyball playoff game, but since the volleyball playoff game and the soccer playoff game are on the same night, soccer is farther along in their playoffs. Got to go with whoever's deeper in the playoffs, so that's the way we've always done it. Popped up in the air. Over onto the far side, handled by Overby, and Lily Georgina got underneath it, but couldn't get anything going on after that. 15-6 in favor of O'Fallon. Peyton Ham still continuing to serve back there. Ham sends one. Near sideline, picked up by Summer. Addie Johnson sets it up for Gilmore, and that one sent back over. And Johnson sends it to the back line. Ham had to go over and get it. There's a save by Collinsville. And then Megan Summer sends it over on the last possible try. Back over this way. Kill shot there by McWhorter. Picked up in the back by Huckleberry. And that was a nice pickup, although the point will end up belonging to O'Fallon. And Collinsville now trails by 10. 16-6, and Peyton Ham still back there on that service line. She pops one low and in front. Johnson sends it over to Summer off of a partial block, kept alive by McWhorter. And then into the back. Oh, partial block by Collinsville, and that was off of Gilmore, and then it changed directions, and when it did, Aubrey Johnson couldn't go retrieve. 17-6 now in favor of O'Fallon. Ham will get yet another serve. That's out of bounds, so that will break that string. 17-7 though. Collinsville still trails by 10. Scheller will come in, take the place of Parker. Addie Johnson back to serve. I say I hope so, because that means that the Kahawks will win the championship in the regionals. And one step farther, there's a nice job by Collinsville getting that ball, and Scheller will just send it over all the way into the back corner. Picked up by O'Fallon and then partially blocked there by Gilmore. Gilmore had a little help over there by Summer as well. And Scheller with another kill shot. That's blocked, saved from going all the way out of bounds. And then O'Fallon gets it across. Huckleberry in the back takes care of it. She'll get it, Aubrey Johnson does. Sends it right back. And then back over this way. McWhorter with a kill shot. That's off of the hands of Aubrey Johnson and into the crowd, and it's 18-7 in favor of O'Fallon as Josie Potter will check into the game. Harry's younger sister. Just kidding. Here is Frederking back to serve for O'Fallon. Into the net. Those are always good, and those help, but, man, when you're down by 10, you can't ask for like 9 more of those, can you? Megan Summer, the junior, back to serve. She sends a low one, and again, miscommunication by Ham and Hampton, and that's the second time that those two have miscommunicated back there, and the same result. Summer sends another screamer. This time Hampton takes care of it. And set up over here for Potter. Picked up into the back by Summer. She gets it over, and right there was Adeline Smith, and she knew exactly what to do with that. That ball was high, and she saw that it was heading her way and just jumped in the air. And while she was up there, slam it down into that open spot right there at the bottom of the net. 19-9. Serve by McWhorter. Picked up by Huckleberry. Johnson moves it over to Aubrey Johnson off a partial block. Save back in the back. Nicely done by McWhorter. Back over to Potter. Popped straight up into the air off some girders. And Collinsville has to get it over on this one, and they do with Addie Johnson. Picked up by Ham. And then partial block. That's out of bounds, and that's off of a Collinsville player, and O'Fallon hits that magical 20-point plateau. They won the first one 25-15. They lead this one 20-9. And McWhorter back to serve. Popped up. Sent over by Johnson. There's McWhorter setting it up for Kingdon. Collinsville will handle that. Addie Johnson gives it right back to where it came from. Aubrey Johnson off a block, and another big save over there by McWhorter. Touched over by Smith. That almost worked. And now O'Fallon sets it up for Potter. Potter gets it over. Scheller saves it. Over to Aubrey Johnson from Addie. Cross court it goes to McWhorter. Back over this way for Kingdon. Down the line, and Megan Summer couldn't handle it. I don't know if I would have been able to handle that. It was a screamer up this near sideline. 21-9. O'Fallon comfortably out front here. As McWhorter will go back to serve again. That was a dying quail of a serve there, man. Here is Gilmore. She'll send it back to Ham. Set up front, and another nice save there as that ball was, well, double hit. 22-9. O'Fallon has another serve coming up here from McWhorter. Shallow, Summer to Johnson off of a block. Saved in the back by McWhorter. Back over to the far side for Potter. That's off of a block by Gilmore. And here is Reese Kendall. Kendall serves, a nice low one, picked up by Ham. Kingdon gets it across. Kendall saves it. And then either Mode or Scheller got that across. They both did the same thing. Oh, boy. What a kill shot there by Kendall Kingdon. Man. 23-10, O'Fallon in the lead. Here is Tessa Posey. Serve in the middle. Summer. Johnson sets it up backwards for Scheller. Scheller sends it over. And a kill try there by Belling. And Collinsville back to work. Here is Aubrey Johnson, and that's on the back line and in. Collinsville now trailing by 12. And another serve coming up here for the Kahawks and Maya Parker. Parker sends it across. Picked up by McWhorter. Now a chance for Potter. Nice job there on the dig, and that one actually goes all the way across. Off of the dig there by Megan Summer. Addie Johnson was there just in case it wasn't going to go all the way, but it did. I think it kind of froze everybody on the other side. 23-12. Another serve by Parker. Short down the line. Potter. And a nice save there by Parker. Pushed over to the near side. Kingdon off a block out of bounds, and it's 24-12. (23-12). 24-12. There it is. And it is match point here for O'Fallon, and back to serve will be Morgan Overby. Overby sends a knuckler. Kendall keeps it alive. One more time for Aubrey Johnson. She gets it across. O'Fallon, they'll send it back over to Overby. And that's off of Parker. Saved by Summer and sent over by Johnson. And a nice job there on the sneak, but Collinsville was awake that time. And Kingdon has that partially blocked, so it stays alive for Collinsville. And Aubrey Johnson going for the kill. That is a point by Collinsville after they say that O'Fallon ran into the netting. So the Kahawks stay alive. Another serve coming up here for Aubrey Johnson. Johnson sends it across. Overby picks it up. And Belling sends that one too far out of bounds. Collinsville stays alive again. 24-14, Kahawks trail by 10. O'Fallon just needs 1 point, and the Kahawks staying alive. Here is another serve by Aubrey Johnson. Aubrey sends one. McWhorter picks it up. Set back up. Belling takes it across. Collinsville's turn to set it up. Here's Johnson to Summer, and that one almost makes it. One of those finesse passes, and this time Kingdon hits it into the net. 3 straight points here for Collinsville. 24-15, O'Fallon still with the lead. Aubrey Johnson readies herself for another serve. Here it comes. Down the line, pushed, no good. 4 points in a row for Collinsville. 24-16. Next one. That's going to be out, and that's going to do it. 25-15, 25-16 as O'Fallon sweeps all 6 sets here tonight.
And the O'Fallon Panthers will have a match coming up on Thursday. That is their season finale. And it'll be versus Alton. And Collinsville on Thursday will have their season finale, and that'll be at Belleville East. Time now for the post-game show, brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives, all through chiropractic care and wellness. Visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center. That's just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville, or call 618-343-3602. Online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue, new injuries per se. Also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the OrthoGold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the soft wave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it, and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville dropped the volleyball match tonight to O'Fallon, 25-15 and 25-16. And joining us now is one of the assistants on Katie Cease's staff, and this is Kate Fisher. How are you, dear?
I am great. How are you?
Fantastic. So we got Katie and Kate.
Yeah, there's also another Coach Katie, too, so there's three of us.
Oh, wow, that's got to be confusing. Well, last year I had three Johnsons to deal with on the floor.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it was Johnson to Johnson to Johnson. Sometimes I got to do that. Oh, that was kind of fun. All right, so let's talk about what you do first. You are the head coach of the Lady Trailblazers volleyball team at Collinsville Middle School, correct?
Yes, I am.
All right, so tell us about that. Tell us about
when your season is. Are you getting ready for it? Did it just end? I know I'm answering my own questions here, but you go ahead and take us through it.
Absolutely. So my job at the middle school is really just to make it into a feeder program for the high school. So we play a spring season right now. So it starts in late January and then it runs all the way through March. And my goal with that is to just get those girls ready to come here for the high school. So this year we were really successful with getting our 8th graders who are transitioning into their freshman year ready. So they pretty much, as soon as tryouts happened in the fall, they hit the ground running. They didn't have to learn the volleyball side of things as far as like what the court etiquette is, the team dynamic. They knew it, and we've had a lot of help from the older girls at the middle school too, which is fantastic.
So how long have you been doing that now at the middle school?
Only a year. This will be my 2nd season coming up, and my 3rd next year, I guess, with the Kahawks.
How did you guys do last year in your season? Do you remember your record?
Not great.
No, not great.
I know my my 7th grade team, we won our first match, and we pretty much split every single match after that. I know our 8th graders took a lot of hard losses, so this year with them having a couple more wins has definitely been fantastic.
So that kind of benefits you as well, also being kind of the assistant on the freshman side of things with Mrs. Halbrooks there. So that kind of helps because they get to come in here and see a familiar face.
Yeah, absolutely. I think me having some history with the girls too, not only has made them more comfortable in their transition from middle school to high school, but also I've seen so much of them last season and already know their skills or like where they have trouble, so we can already address some of those issues coming in. And I just have the history with them.
Yeah.
I see what they're good at, what they're not, and we can really build from it and go from there.
Yeah, so you're kind of like working with the high school level coaches as well, so the schematic and the scheme and all that stuff stays the same, so they're not coming from the middle school going, oh, wow, this is totally different.
Right. Yeah, and we've been lucky enough, and with Coach Katie, Coach Cease, there's so many Katies. They've been fantastic and really supporting CMS now. So again, like that's just my goal with the feeder program is to get it to the point where it's sustainable enough. Like even if we're not here, or if none of these coaches or these girls are here, it's still a huge Collinsville volleyball program, not just the middle school or not just the high school.
Yeah, and that's a good way to get things built up so you can be up there with the Edwardsvilles and the O'Fallons of the varsity level because they set the standard in the Southwestern Conference.
Yeah, and that's really my goal too. Now that I kind of have my feet on the ground, I'm ready to get DIS going now too. So I've been in conversations with the principal there and their athletic director, and I hope to meet more with them soon, just to get some camps or even the after school league they have with basketball, just because no one's familiar with volleyball at the 7th grade level. I pretty much spend the first month of my season just teaching them the game. I even have to hand out like vocab sheets to the parents and just kind of explain the way the game is played, just since it's not as common. It's not something you turn on TV all the time necessarily.
Yeah, the lingo sheet.
Yes, exactly. Literally a vocab sheet.
All right, talk briefly here about this varsity matchup tonight. Man, always tough to play O'Fallon. They're such a good team.
They are. And like you said, they just kind of like breed those kids. They've been playing together a long time, and it was all right. We just didn't come out with the energy we usually have. It was like we were very complacent. I never like to use the word lazy, but they just didn't bring the fire that I know these girls have in them. And if they would have, it would have been a different outcome.
They spent a lot of that fire last night at Alton Marquette.
Yes, that energy in there was insane. I'm still kind of hoarse myself from screaming so much, but it was just a completely different crowd. Here it was a lot quieter. Last night it was insane. You could not get a word in. It was so loud. So it's really hard to play in those different levels.
I don't know if I'll get a chance to see you again because I'm not doing Thursday's game and Tuesday's game. It all depends on what the soccer team does, whether I'm going to be there or not. So it was a pleasure meeting you.
Nice
and
meeting
we'll
you.
see you down the way, and we'll talk some more.
Absolutely. Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. That is Kate Fisher, one of the assistants here, and the 7th grade head coach at Collinsville Middle School. We thank her for visiting with us here on the Chiropractic Works post-game show. That's going to do it for us. Thank you very much, dear. We're next in action tomorrow. Speaking of playoffs, we have soccer playoffs coming up for you tomorrow. Quincy is in town to take on your Collinsville Kahawks at Kahok Stadium, and that game is scheduled for 5 p.m. There's also a nightcap, if you will. So if you really want to get your fill in for soccer after Collinsville and Quincy get through playing, you can stay and check out Edwardsville and Alton. That game is scheduled at 7 o'clock. But our game scheduled for 5 o'clock. Myself and Brett Borm will be on the air at 4:40 with the pregame show. And, of course, then we have Football Friday coming up for you at Centralia on Friday, and hopefully we'll be back at Kahok Stadium on Saturday for a regional championship game. All that remains to be seen. But we do know we have playoff soccer for you tomorrow, 4:40 pregame, 5 o'clock game start, and we hope that you will join us if you can't be here live. Big thank you to Katie Cease joining me in the pregame show. Another big thanks to Kate Fisher joining us in the postgame show. My name is Todd Duke. Until tomorrow evening, everyone, enjoy the rest of this evening.